Mr. Speaker, I want to share a story about the value of studying history, the importance of great teachers, the power of educating students, and the glory of a life lived in service to others. In 1999, Norm Kennard, a history and social studies teacher in Uniontown High School in southeast Kansas, came across a clipping from U.S. News and World Report explaining the story of Irena Sendler, who helped rescue as many as 2,500 Jewish children during the Holocaust. Mr. Kennard, along with his students, ninth graders Megan Stewart, Elizabeth Chambers, Jessica Shelton, and 11th grader Sabrina Coons, wondered if the article could just be a misprint. Mr. Kennard encouraged his students to participate in the National History Day and learn more, find out the answer. An initial internet search found that just one additional article about Irena Sendler, but the students dug deeper and discovered an amazing story that was nearly lost to history. While searching for Irena's resting place, the students discovered that she was, in fact, alive. After many letters were exchanged, the Kansas students traveled to Poland to meet Irena in 2001, and they were able to visit with her about her heroic work during the Holocaust. Irena Sendler was a Catholic social worker living in Poland when the Nazis first invaded Warsaw. As early as 1939, Irena began helping Jews by offering food and shelter and falsifying documents. When the Nazis erected the Warsaw Ghetto in 1940 to imprison 450,000 Jews, Irena and her collaborators created false papers allowing them access in and out of the ghetto. During World War II, Irena helped 2,500 Jewish children escape from near certain death by sneaking them out of the ghetto. Irena took these children to Polish families, orphanages, and convents and recorded a list of their names to ensure that their identities were preserved so that after the war, she could help reunite them with their parents. After the records were nearly discovered in her home by the Gestapo, she put them in jars and buried them. In 1943, Irena was arrested by the Nazis and placed in prison and interrogated and tortured. When pressured about the names and locations of those she helped, Irena gave a false story that she had created in the event of her capture. She was sentenced to death. Unbeknown to her, a group called Zagota quietly negotiated with the Nazi executioner for her release. Despite her escape, the Nazis publicized Irena's death throughout the city. For the remainder of the war, Irena remained hidden just like the children she had helped. After the war ended, she dug up the jars and worked to reunite the children with their parents. Unfortunately, sadly, most of the parents died in the Holocaust. The Uniontown students used Irena's story as an inspiration for a play called Life in a Jar to honor her contributions and to share her story with the world. Since 1999, these students, along with others from southeast Kansas, have presented Life in a Jar to over 270 venues around the world, including a performance in Warsaw. They have also performed for Holocaust survivors, many of whom were saved by Irena. Since the students' discovery, Irena has received international recognition for her brave work. She was awarded a 2003 Jan Karski Award for Valor and Courage. She was recognized by Pope John Paul II and the President of Poland. Additionally, Irena was considered for a Nobel Peace Prize in 2007. Irena passed away in 2008 at the age of 98. The student's legacy lives on in Kansas as well. Mr. Kennard was awarded a grant from the Milliken Family Foundation to build a center in Fort Scott, Kansas, committed to the teaching of the importance of respect, understanding, and religious tolerance, and to develop diversity projects about unsung heroes like Irena Sendler. The Lowell Milliken Center also provides Holocaust lesson plans to teachers and uses Life in a Jar to demonstrate what students are capable of achieving. In addition, the center has also produced a DVD to share Irena's story. Funds raised by the performance of the play and the DVD are for the care of those who work to rescue Jewish children in Poland like Irena. When the students from Kansas met Irena, she told them they were, quote, continuing the effort she began 50 years ago, and expressed appreciation, as we should, for their work to make this piece of history known. Now their efforts to share this story inspire others. It is the hope of the project that all who learn of Irena Sendler's efforts to save the children of Poland will embrace their classroom motto, "He who changes one person changes the world entire." I yield back.